All right. Sorry, this is gonna take a little bit longer now. Um, but today I traded ticker symbol TUSK. Um, I'm sorry, I gotta play background music because I just love it. Um, let's get. Sorry, I'm taking so long. Let's get rid of this first, and we can get straight to it. I'm sorry. All right, I'm ready. So the last thing I spoke about was ticker symbol um, LAZR. On Friday, I had shorted it. If I can get to it. Um, I think it was right here. I shorted it. Or, yeah, I missed this one. I missed this one. I shorted it right here. I made 968 bucks. Missed this whole thing right here. I missed a short right here. Then I wanted a long right here. Um, because I knew I was just recognizing the patterns, and it just blew up, and I missed the long. Then coming Monday, um, sorry, coming Monday, I wanted to short it. Um, no, right here I was trying to short again. There was no shares available to short, and then you know Monday I'm looking for I think I don't know what day it was, but there was a day where there was no shares available to short. Um, I think it was this day. So Monday, I'm watching it. It drops. It panics. Um, Damn, I can't remember shit. I'm looking at the time frame. So coming Monday, there was just no shares available to short, and the shit just tanks. Tanks. I can't remember the day. I don't even know what day is it today. Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy. Today's the 8th, so the 7th. Okay, now I remember. I'm way off track. I don't know, but I know I shorted on it on Friday, which was the 4th. Monday, which was this day, I tried shorting again, missed it. Tried shorting and logging, missed it all. Just hesitated, couldn't do it, and then I went to work. Tuesday, it continued to go up, and then it just came crashing down today. And what a beautiful play. Yes, I missed it, but it's okay. Um, I was also watching ticker symbol SFIX earnings report. It went from the 36s to a high of 54. So market not me mark open. I got on my computer around 8 o'clock. Saw that it had gapped up. Excuse me. Saw that it gapped up, and I what did I do? Just watching it, waiting for 9:30 to hit. 9:30 hit. Um, Market open. The stock just was hesitating for the first 15 seconds. It was just hesitating. It wasn't moving at all. Then, literally in one big spike right here, this big candlestick, it went from 50 to 54. It went up really high, almost 55. And right here is where I was like, yo, I need a short right here. But I hesitated. I hesitated because it was just moving way too fast for me. And it's okay. I wasn't mad at myself for missing the trade. Like, I was like, damn, I wish I got it, of course. But I wasn't pissed off because I missed it. And I wanted to short right here. I hesitated. It pulled back, bounced. I wanted to short right here, but I'm like, yo, my risk to reward. I don't even know my reward, but my risk right here. I mean, I knew it was gonna go back five down, at least down $5, as you can see here. But like, let's say I got the highest point of 53.42, or yeah, 53.42. I'm still risking over $1. It was about $1.50. I'm risking, and I was not okay with that. I was not okay with getting in with 100 shares. That would have been $500 if I got in with 100 shares, but I wasn't okay with that. So if I had multiple day trades, I probably would have done it, or I would probably be like hit it when I had the chance here, or shorted right here, and if I started seeing it past my entry, I would cover and try to hit it again here if it hit at a higher point, but it didn't. So I didn't short here where I originally wanted to. Didn't short here. It was just moving too fast for me. Came crashing down. It went down to 48.66. So that's roughly from about rounded up 55 to 46, 48.66. That's $6.44. If I do the math here, where's my calculator? And it doesn't really matter about the math, but you could do the math in your head. I was trying to get in with 200 to 300 shares. I wanted a short, couldn't do it. I missed it, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with missing the trade because I'm at a point where I'm happy that I was at least able to recognize it. Recognize that here's the pattern. Here's where I need to enter. Here's where I need to exit. I was right that it was going to come back, that it was going to come down. I'm able to see the patterns. I'm able to I see where to take advantage of it, what to not trade, what to trade. So I'm proud of myself for that. Then I had a chance to hit the bounce, but I wasn't really paying attention to a bounce opportunity. But it bounced pretty well from 48.66 to 42.76. So that's about $4 a share. That was a good opportunity, and then it just slightly faded. Tomorrow, I'm anticipating that it just might hold and push up some more, or it might just fade. But after hours is in the red. It's up a lot, but it's up on earnings. And earnings, you know how earnings work. Earnings can go up for days and weeks, maybe even months. So I'm not comfortable shorting too heavy. I will be watching it tomorrow with the 0 day trades that I have left. But I'm gonna watch it and mentally trade it and mentally just prepare and just do the mental stuff because the number one thing is the mental stuff. But today I actually traded. I used my last day trade on this stock. After being upset for missing these two plays right here, these two ticker symbols, I was upset. I decided to watch. I decided to keep watching. Normally, when I miss a trade and the, the opportunity has come and gone, and it seems like there's nothing left, I will just shut down my computer and walk away because I feel like less screen time can really help me instead of being on a computer all day waiting for an opportunity. That's not good for me. That's not good for my mental. It's not good for my trading because that makes me want to hit buttons so I don't sit on a computer all day. But I've been training. I've been trying to improve on that. I've been training myself to be on a computer a little bit longer than the norm, but not all day. And today I kept looking, I kept watching for opportunities, and I saw ticker symbol TUSK. TUSK. If you notice, what I've noticed was that not one, but two, three, four, five. Well, at the time it was 4 times that it would go straight up. I'm gonna zoom in here. I'm gonna go straight. It goes straight up and then fades, or it comes down, consolidates, kind of like bounces around but fades, or not fades but pulls back. Then has this major spike. It already had this major spike here, and then I'll have this major spike, or a big spike, or a decent spike, more like decent, and then it would fade or pull back. Then it would do it again, fade, and then pull back, and then it will, and then that was a 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm like, wait, this is gonna do it again. So I was watching, just watching, not even gonna trade it, just watching, and boom, it spiked up, broke high a day, and did it again. But before all of this, I looked at the yearly chart and saw that it does that every single time. Like look at the chart, big spike followed by a pullback and fade, and all that. And I noticed that in this chart, it would fade twice. You know, come down, consolidate, come down again, come down. You can call this one come down, consolidate, come down again. It will do it at least twice. Like every other stock, they have a big panic twice. Sometimes it just has it once and then breaks out. Sometimes it has it twice, but majority of stocks has it twice. So as I'm watching this, before it hit the high day here, I'm watching and it did this big spike right here. And as I'm watching, I'm like, yo, I need a short. But I sat back and I'm just like, let me keep watching it. And I hesitated. And it did exactly as I thought it would do. Exactly as the patterns shows. Pulled back, hard panic, consolidate. You can call that a bouncer consolidate and a hard panic again. And I was like, damn, I missed it. Then I started seeing it consolidate again. I'm like, this might spike again. And I'm on the phone with a friend of mine. We're just talking about stocks and all types of shit. And and it did it again. And it spiked. And I'm like, comparing the spikes each time is not too much, but it's a decent amount. So that it spikes above the high day. So I'm like, okay, let it spike. And when it shows signs that it's running out of momentum, I'm gonna short. So I saw it going up, then I started seeing it pull back, and I'm in my broker, interactive broker, hitting my order, and I missed my entry right here in this area, and it pulled back, and I'm like, okay, if this gives me a second chance, gives me another chance, I'm going to take it for sure. I'm not fucking it up. I'm not messing it up. I'm taking my opportunity. So when the opportunity came, I short sold. I entered my order at 370 for 2,000 shares. Now 2,000 shares was a bit beyond what I wanted to short. Not even a bit, but I was way beyond what I wanted to short. My risk was 10 cent, $200 per 10 cent. So 10 cent per $200. That's how much I would have been. That's how much I was risking. And I entered the order, not really thinking about it, because when I looked at the overall dollar amount, I was only using roughly $10,000. Let me do the math. 3.70. It's 9 times 2,000. It was $7,400. So to me, in my head, I processed that as not that much. But in actuality, if you look at the risk that I put in, that was way too much. So when it processed through my head like, yo, I'm tripping, I was quick to exit. And as it was doing this thing right here, pulling back with a little minor consolidation, trying to figure out which way it's gonna go, which we all know which way it was gonna go. It came down and I exited literally like 13 cent from where I entered. And I exited at $3. My average was $3.72, but I covered at $3.59, which is 13 cent difference. And on any other day, I would not cover for 13 cent. That's just not how I trade. I don't look to make. I don't scalp. That's not what I do. But because I sized so big, I was uncomfortable. Of course, I could have sized down, but I was up 200. I was up 3,300 and something bucks at the time, and I was like, "Yo, I'm ready to get out." So I entered at 360 with fear in my heart. Honestly, I was afraid that it was going to go up past my entry and break out, but the pattern told me what it was going to do, but my fear interfered with my trading. And I was watching a video by Huddy, and he was like, "Follow the plan. You know, don't let nothing exterior interfere." And my fear, but I was right to exit because I made one mistake already, and what happens after your first mistake? Another one follows. And this could have been a really big loss that I could have taken, but it became a minor gain, almost like a scalp trade. And it went to 360, and I covered. But if you see right here, there was so much more to gain. From my entry to where it came down at, I could have made roughly 66 cents per share if I exited at the exact bottom. But of course I did not. I wouldn't have. I don't look to. But I could have made way more, but because of my fear, I was uncomfortable. And it just kept coming down, 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 down. It was a really good trade in my eyes. And I was even lower after hours. I don't think this is accurate. I'm going to refresh it. Yeah, so here's the accurate information. So if I continue to held, or if I was out of the PDT and I could short here, cover here, add more shares here, I would have been at a really good position. But I'm not there yet, nor am I skillful enough to short like that, where I'm scaling in and out. Where it was like 3,400 shares, 34, 3,000, 340, 100, the 340 thousand shares available to short. So I had enough shares. There was enough shares on IB. Surprisingly, but there was opportunity and I could have made way much more money. But I made that mistake and I could have done better. All in all, I give myself 1 to 2 stars on this trade, simply because I made the first mistake of sizing in too big, which was bad, but everything else I did right. I recognized the pattern. I entered near the high. My risk was good, but I sized in too big, which made my risk bad. But from where my cent wise, where my risk was great. I covered when I was up. I could have waited a bit longer and followed the pattern, which I give myself a negative on that. But I saw that I was up a couple $100, and if in any other trade, if I was up a couple $100, I would not cover. I'll continue to wait, and I've been trying to train myself to cover when you're up a few $100. Just cover, fuck it. We're trying to build my. I'm trying to build my account. I'm not trying to go for home runs. I'm going for singles, and I've been trying to train myself to do that and think like that during a trade. And I give myself props for that, even though there was, if I follow the plan, I could have made way more. So I give myself a 50, it's 50-50 on that one. I give myself 50-50 props on that, you know. But I covered and I continued watching to see how much more I could have made. And while I was trading this, like when I was sitting here waiting for it to go up, when I was sitting here and here watching it at this time frame from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, it processed in my mind. I'm like, at some point towards the end of the day, it's gonna do this again, and it's gonna fade the rest of the day, and it's not gonna come back and hit a higher day. And I'm like, I don't know which spike that's going to be, but it could happen from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and this happened to be the one. This happened to be the best short. This one too, of course, but this one was great because now the stock is dying. But it's okay. I'm not upset with myself. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow and see what happens. But if I ever catch a pattern like this again, I want to remember this pattern. If I ever catch a pattern where intraday is doing the same thing over and over again, and yearly is doing the same thing over and over again, breaking the high day, bless you, breaking the high day, coming down, fading with two big panics, one right here, another right here. If I ever see a pattern like this again, I'm gonna take advantage of it. I've seen stocks do this before, but it never really resonated with me or stuck to my mind because I would see it, it would look illiquid, it would look crazy, but it didn't look like what I'm used to, and I'll just leave it alone. But now, after trading it and really processing it, I like this. I like these quick layups, easy layups. This was an easy layup. Like this trade didn't take a lot of thinking or processing or looking at the volume and comparing the flow and all this stuff. I didn't need to do all of that. It was a quick, easy layup, and I like this. I would love to watch it tomorrow to see what it does and see how I can benefit from it. But I made $226 from it. Second green day in a row. But if I were to trade all last week and all this week, I think I would have had a green day for 2 weeks. Because each stock I watched, how I mentally watched it, I'm like, yo, it's gonna come down, and it did. But the only reason why I have red days is because I break my rules, I make a mistake, and it followed by other mistakes, and that's why you see I have major red days. I have red days, and some of my red days be major. And I'm training myself to cover immediately. But the big two red days I had this year for 1,300 each, um, those were due because I didn't exit the trade when I was supposed to, or any big red days that I had was because I didn't exit because I was supposed to, and that I got out of the PDT rule. I got back into the PDT, and it made trading a bit more challenging for me. So I still have to take the blame for that, no matter what. But I do understand what's gonna make me better. What's gonna make me a better trader? What's gonna help me excel faster? And I know I need to keep studying. I know I haven't fully got back into studying like I used to, and trust me, I'm getting there. Um, it's just a mental thing. But I am watching interviews. I'm back to watching interviews. I watched Huddy's interview, Rolling Wolves. I watched a bit of um, um, Gertani's interview. And when I'm mentally back and I feel like I'm mentally prepared, I'll get back to everything. But right now, I have no more day trades. I'm not going to trade until probably Friday. That's when I get 2 day trades again. And we'll go from there. But Sonny, you're doing great. You just got to stay focused. Stay focused, keep studying, and stick to Tim Snack's #1 rule: cut losses quickly and don't size in too big. You're almost out of the PD2 rule. You're $5,250 away from $5,250 away from PDT. As soon as you get there, bro, you're in the green, man. So just stay focused and get a lot of freaking rest. That's what makes you trade better. Rest. Especially the day before trading or the day before you watch the market.